One day you'll wake up and realize you've traded years of your precious life for a glowing screen. Days blurred into months, months into years, and you were too distracted to notice. The harsh truth? Life is brutally short, and the clock doesn't care about your excuses. The only question is, when will you finally start living it on your own damn terms? If that hit you, like, share, and follow now, because the rest of this might just save you years you can't afford to waste. If you're like most people, you will spend 12 years of your life staring at a phone screen. 12 years, gone in notifications and infinite scrolls. Life is short, yet we give away huge chunks of it without even noticing. Think about all those hours flicking through feeds, the days lost binging videos or refreshing email. One day, you'll look up and realize you traded years of your precious life for a glowing screen. And you don't get those years back. We all do it. Wake up and instinctively tap the phone. Commute to a job that leaves us empty. Then come home exhausted and numb ourselves with Netflix and mindless scrolling. Days blur together on autopilot. You go through the motions, work, chores, a bit of web surfing, and suddenly it's midnight. Another day gone. Another week gone. You have dreams, ambitions, maybe a list of things you swear you'll do later. But later keeps sliding further out, and the list stays untouched. Meanwhile, you feel stuck, lost in the maze of routine and distraction, wondering where the time went. It's a painful, relatable truth. You're busy but not fulfilled, constantly distracted yet bored with your life. And it hurts, doesn't it? To suspect that you're wasting the one short life you've got. It's not entirely your fault. Modern life is engineered to hijack your attention. Billion-dollar tech companies compete to keep you clicking, scrolling, watching every second of every day. They've turned your phone into a slot machine for your brain, flooding you with quick dopamine hits. Every time you jump at that notification or swipe to the next video, you're layering on more dopamine. And it's no surprise that depression and lack of motivation are rising as a result. In other words, the endless stream of digital candy is dulling your drive for the things that truly matter. You end up living in a haze, amused, distracted, but never deeply satisfied. And the scary part is, you might not snap out of it until reality hits. What reality? This. One day, time runs out. Maybe far in the future, maybe sooner than you think. The clock of your life is ticking down, and you have no idea how much is left. We act like we're going to live forever. We plan for a distant someday, as if there will always be more time to finally live, to finally do what we want. But people die every day, young, old, unexpectedly, after long illnesses or in random accidents. The only guarantee is that one day it will be you and me taking our last breath. Sobering? Maybe. But look closer. This realization can be the punch in the gut that finally wakes you up. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said it best 2,000 years ago. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life feels short not because of some cosmic trick, but because we throw so much of it away. We procrastinate, distract ourselves, squander hours as if we had an infinite supply. Seneca observed how people guard their money but squander their time. Even though time is the one thing you can never get more of. You live as if you were destined to live forever. You squander time as if you drew from a full and abundant supply, though that day which you bestow on some person or thing is perhaps your last, he wrote. We forget that our days are numbered. We drift through day after day, as if there's an endless reserve, and in doing so we make the one life we have feel painfully short. Here's a reality check. The average human lifespan is only about 4,000 weeks. 4,000. If you're 30, you've already used up around 1,500 of those weeks. If you're 25, maybe around 1,300 gone. And you don't know if you'll even get the full 4,000. When you put it like that, as a countable number of weeks, it hits different, doesn't it? We know on some level that we're mortal, but we don't live like it. We live in a comfortable denial, always assuming, I'll do it later, I have time. We keep deferring our lives to some mythical future. We say not today to our dreams, to spending time with people we love, to taking care of ourselves, as if tomorrow is guaranteed. It's only when we grasp the shockingly finite nature of our time here that we see the truth. Every procrastinated desire, every hour wasted on meaningless activities, those are losses you can't afford. Now, you might be thinking this is getting depressing. Talking about death, the shortness of life. It's heavy stuff. But here's the twist. Truly embracing the shortness of life is liberating, not depressing. The moment you fully accept that you have a limited time, that you will die, is the moment trivial distractions lose their grip and clarity punches through. Realizing you don't have time for bullshit is a massive relief. It's like a weight off your shoulders, because now you can stop living on other people's terms. You can drop the pretense and focus on what matters. Paradoxically, staring your mortality in the face can fill you with life. Every day becomes more precious. Every decision gains sharpness. Is this how I want to spend a portion of my limited weeks? When you get this deeply, you stop killing time and start living it. So what truly matters? What does it mean to enjoy life wisely when you know it's short? It turns out, when people are at the end of their lives, when they're literally counting breaths, their regrets are not what you might expect. A palliative nurse named Bronnie spent years caring for the dying, and she heard the same regrets over and over. The number one regret she recorded was this: I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Let that sink in. Dying people didn't wish they'd made more money, or gained more followers, or bought more stuff. They wished they'd been themselves, pursued their own dreams instead of what others told them to do. They regretted not living on their own terms. Another common regret: I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Specifically, many regretted spending so much time on the treadmill of work that they missed their kids growing up or lost touch with their partner. They realized too late that no paycheck is worth missing life's little moments. They also said, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. In the end, it's the people we love, the conversations, the laughter shared, that matter. As one account put it, it all comes down to love and relationships in the end. Think about your life. Are you living true to yourself, or are you chasing someone else's idea of success? Are you nurturing the relationships that matter, or letting them wilt while you chase shallow goals or scroll through strangers' posts? If you keep going the way you are, will you look back and wish you had spent your time differently? These questions can be uncomfortable. Good. Lean into that discomfort now, instead of piling up regrets for later. Psychologists have actually studied regret, and their findings are blunt. In the short term, we tend to regret actions, the embarrassing mistake, the impulsive decision. But in the long run, the regrets that haunt us most are the things we didn't do, the risks never taken, the dream you never pursued, the I've always wanted to, but never did. One study calls these our lost possible selves, the person you could have been if only you had tried. Decades down the line, those missed opportunities ache far more than any failure. Why? Because you can make peace with failures. You can tell yourself, at least I tried. But you can't make peace with never trying, with knowing you frittered away time and never gave yourself a chance. As one writer bluntly put it, people spend their lives trying to avoid doing something they regret, only to regret all the things they didn't do. We're so afraid of messing up, of looking stupid or failing, that we play it safe and end up with the bigger regret of never going for it. Life is fleeting, but every moment holds the potential to create meaning. Don't wait for the perfect time. Start today. Grab a piece of paper, jot down the 3 things you value most in life, and commit to taking one small action right now to move closer to them. It could be calling a loved one, starting a new habit, or cutting out something that's wasting your time. A small step today will pave the way for a more fulfilling tomorrow. Are you ready to change? Do it now.